Hey guys, Chase again. Just wanted to talk about The Orange is the New Black recap here for season 4. Just read also that I guess it has been renewed for 5, 6, and 7. So there's going to be a 5th, 6th, and 7th season. I didn't expect that. I thought, okay, we're starting to get some resolution on different issues with the show. I just thought this season would be okay, we're done. And then I remember Genji Cohen is the series creator, and we all remember what happened with Weeds. That didn't end well. So I hope the same doesn't happen for Orange is the New Black. I didn't expect a lot from this season. I thought the third season was okay. Obviously the first and second seasons are the best. Second season probably being the best, in my opinion, so far. Third season had some cool parts to it, some good elements, but for the most part I thought it was really kind of dull. So not a lot to be expected from the fourth season. And again, I guess this is kind of a familiar pattern lately. I've been pleasantly surprised by this fourth season. I actually really enjoyed it. And I am expecting, and hoping, and waiting for the fifth season. I'm hoping it's going to be good. Fourth season, a lot of craziness. Spoiler alert, I'm going to go into it a little bit. Obviously ending with the cliffhanger. Reminds me of The Walking Dead, not wanting to kill anybody at the end. Let's just wait till the next season, and then we won't. They're going to jump right into what's going to happen with Dayanara and Humphrey on the ground in front of the mob, or it'll happen and then like people will be talking about it in the future. Like it'll fast forward to a time in the future. Dayanara would either have shot him or something would have happened, and then we'll get our resolution through that. It's almost too satisfying for you to jump right in to the scene like at the start of the fifth season, for it to be like, okay, everything starts going right where it left off. I feel like maybe the more convoluted, maybe they don't address it at first. They talk about it, you hear things, you're like, okay, we really don't know what happened, and then maybe at the end of the first episode you get like a flashback or something, or I don't know how they're going to approach it, but you have that instance. Washington dying at the end of the season, not the next to last episode. Didn't see that coming. I almost felt like, maybe you should have, because the relationship with they had, Washington had, I can't remember her name now. Wow. With the Asian girl, I can't remember her name. I almost felt like it was going too good, and then they had to have controversies where Washington didn't respect her peaceful protest idea, and they're going back and forth, and she didn't know anything about Washington, and you had to have some drama there, but there really wasn't a whole lot going on there. They had to have something happen. I just didn't expect her to be the one singled out. You thought something was going to come to a head, and it almost was a kind of a letdown with them finding the body in the garden, which you knew was going to happen. It wasn't going to go away. It was one of the big events that started off the season, and you knew it was still kind of hanging around with the problems with Lolly and her spouting off at the mouth, and then her finally being put in psych. You're like, okay, that can't be the resolution to this. There's still got to be something else that happens, and you thought maybe something else would happen on top of that with Reznikov when Piscatella was interviewing her, but that didn't happen either. That kind of got faded out too. So then they kind of had a subtopic come in where it's like, okay, now the interactions with that got faded into an interaction with the guards, like the protests against the guards. Like, you killed one of ours, even though nobody knew him. The prisoners were kind of staging the peaceful protest, with Chapman climbing up on the table with Flores, and then they all climbed on the table together. And I just didn't expect them to kill her off. But I guess it was kind of a random casualty, and it threw the other guy, the young kid. I can't remember any of the names now. I just watched the show. The new kid under the bus too, and then Caputo sticks up for him. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes into the 5th season. I thought it was an enjoyable season, but like me talking about it now, discussing it, I felt like there were a lot of things that they kind of just let off. Like you didn't get a ton of satisfying conclusions on some of these issues, because they really made Aiden and the body and them killing him such a huge matter in the show in the season. You thought you would get something that was going to happen more with that. I didn't think there was as much as there should have been involved with that. I guess I talked about it for most of the season, so I guess maybe I'm expecting too much from that. I thought her journey at the end, Washington's journey at the end, in New York City, was cool. It was kind of like a cool send off for her, a tribute. So that was interesting. It's hard to remember. Like, it's so easy to remember like the last few episodes, but like you watch. Like I didn't binge watch the show. I watched it over the course of a few weeks, trying to watch as much as I could, but life gets in the way, and you can't watch everything at once. So it's hard. It'd be hard to remember, kind of go back and remember everything that happened. So for the most part, I enjoyed it. I thought it was interesting. I kept watching it, binging it in certain instances where I'd watch 2 episodes a night or something, but not bad at all. So I'll be interested to see what happens in the 5th season. So comment down below, guys. Tell me what you thought about the show, and subscribe, and let's start a discussion, and recommend some other shows for me. I'm looking around on Netflix trying to see what else I can watch. Thanks, guys.